Aloha kakahiaka. It's a few minutes after sunrise on Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022. And we are closing out the 15th day of the voyage this morning. 15 days at sea since departing Hilo. Yeah, we had a little bit more variable conditions last night, not just sort of consistently through with light winds. We had some light winds that were more northerly, then we filled in more to the east. We changed up our rig. We got a squall with some nice rain on the 2 to 6 watch. Had some pretty interesting squall lines this morning as the sun was rising that have sort of dissipated as the sun and the heat have gone up. The ocean is very calm. The southeast swell that we had been noting for a couple days ago is pretty much gone altogether, but that's probably more a function of the wind going away rather than the band of the island blocking it. We still have a bit of a northeast wave and also an east wave continuing to come alongside the canoe on the port side. The wind is light. It does feel like it's getting lighter, and I'm really hoping it holds on for a little bit longer. We're still a couple days out. We're going to try and keep above 4 or 5 knots to the best of our ability. We don't want to keep our Tahitian brothers and sisters waiting too long. But so far, so good. We'll continue on the track of Hakamalani today as we go throughout the day. If we are correct in our assessment, last night we got a chance to measure our latitude using Nahiku, which is also known as the Big Dipper, specifically using the lowest star, which is Hikukahi, when it's upright in the meridian. And so I do think as of this morning, we're roughly around 10, 11 degrees south that we've traveled 1,875 nautical miles along our course, and that we're probably around 5 miles east of our reference course. So that means we're actually in pretty close range of the islands. It wouldn't be completely out of the question to see some of our land birds today, though I think that would be more so for this evening or tomorrow morning. As we get closer to the latitude, we talked about the idea that the atolls are very low-lying, and the highest features on them are generally coconut trees. So approaching them in the evening can be a little risky. You don't want to run aground on an atoll in the middle of the night. We don't have a lot of light at night because the moon is still very young and small, so it's just coming up, or it's just setting right after the sun, and so we mostly are having pretty dark nights lit up by the stars. Last night was no exception. We had stars most of the night, which was spectacular. Otherwise, I think that's our report. I think cloud cover. Last night maybe it was 10-15%. This morning we do have quite a bit of clouds, and actually some growing high clouds to the northeast of us, but relatively clear in the other directions. Kind of expecting a bit of a dry day, light winds, and just to kind of keep going along our course. Maybe a day of rest. The days of sighting land can be very exhausting mentally and physically, constantly searching the horizon, looking into the glare of the sun, looking for the little wings of the manuoku birds in the morning light, color differences in the clouds. These are all things that the entire crew will engage in as we get closer. Kind of takes all eyes, all hands to actually sight the islands and then hopefully identify the correct island that we've reached based on the features that we understand about them. So that's where I think we are today. We're going to keep going, and we'll check in again this evening, and please follow us at Hōkūle'a.com.